Wait, what?
뭐야? 생일 축하합니다, 할머니.
이게 뭐야? Valentine's Day, Dad. Kate went to meet your grandma.
No way.
너 임신했어? 진짜?
Are you pregnant?
I'm pregnant.
너 임신했어? 어머, 진짜? 어머, 어머, 오. 야, 들어오죠. 엄마 눈물 나라 그래. 들어오죠. 아이고, 아이고. 생일 축하합니다.
Car, I have instinct.
a girl, her first one. This is from now forward.
No, I told him, I said, Car, I think Esther got pregnant. He said, why you say that? My instinct tells me.
Oh.
You gotta really cut down on spending, huh? Okay. Doggos, you're gonna have a baby sibling.
Hi. So I'm finally doing this video, but I wanted to go over my first trimester recaps because I am currently 20 weeks pregnant and halfway done through this pregnancy, which is wild for me. I can't believe that he's going to be born in 20 or less weeks from this week. Which is, oh my god, so wild to think about. He's been moving so much. But anyway, we'll talk about second trimester stuff in the next video, but today we're going to focus on first trimester, which was really hard for me. I understand that every woman's pregnancy is very different. Everyone's threshold for pain tolerance is also very different. My pain tolerance is very low when it comes to health pain. So please understand that these are my experiences. But anyway, I took down notes during my first trimester. I wrote down like how I was feeling and things like that, and some symptoms I was feeling, etc. First and foremost, so when did I find out I was pregnant? I found out I was pregnant at 4 weeks, roughly 4 weeks, according to like calculations from my period. My last period start date was like in January, and so by the time I found out I was pregnant, it was in February, excuse me, and so when I called the doctor's office, they estimated me to be about 4 weeks pregnant at the time. And at that week, the week I found out I was pregnant, I immediately got a cold and a fever. It was not COVID. I got tested for COVID. It was not COVID. I legit had a cold and a fever. I had a fever of upper 90s, and just like a runny nose, a bad cough, a lot of sneezing, and I had it for about 5 days. Towards the 5th or 6th day, I also realized that my temperature was going up a lot. I think the highest it went up was like 99, and I freaked out, called the doctor, and that's when I finally got approved to go ahead and take some Tylenol, and that broke my fever and made me feel a whole lot better. But that was week 4 to 4.5 of my pregnancy. During that time, my taste buds also changed a lot, like drastically, throughout my whole first trimester. At first I thought it was because I was sick, but even after I got over my cold, my taste buds tasted super bland. Like I didn't have a lot of taste in my taste buds, so bland food tasted even blander. Is that a word? And stuff like that. I made some bagel bites, so I might eat a little bit while I talk to you guys. During my first trimester and actually even until the second trimester, like my whole pregnancy so far, my face temperature, now that's super weird, I know. What I mean by that is that like when I shower, I take warm showers, right? But for whatever reason, how I felt that temperature on my body felt really different from my face. My face felt like it was like hot, like super hot, even though it was the same water that's touching my body, and on my body it felt perfectly fine. And I don't know how else to describe that, but it's just face temperature. It's just really weird. It's gone to the point where like even now what I do is I brush my teeth and I wash my face before I go in the shower, like in the sink, like the bathroom sink, in like a little bit of a colder water, like a more of a lukewarm / cold water, because I just can't have that hot water that I like to have on my body on my face in the shower, which I think is really weird, but that's one of them. Around week 6, smells, like smell aversions. I still have aversions even to this day, but my first trimester, I didn't want to smell anything, like whether it's laundry, perfume, like candles, like even anything good. I didn't want to smell it. I didn't want to smell any of it, let alone any other smells, like odors, like food, like any food smells. I hated being in the kitchen. I hated opening the fridge. I hated doing the laundry. I hated everything. Like it just made me so much more nauseous, and that usually that smell is what triggered me about to throw up. So that's one, which leads into feeling weak and nauseous throughout my whole first trimester. The nausea started kicking in around 5 to 6 weeks, and I was miserable. Because I was nauseous, I didn't want to eat anything, which made me feel weak. And yeah, because of that, I was also very depressed during that time. I do go see a therapist, and I feel like during that first trimester, it really affected my mental health. My next one, bad poops. Every time I pooped, it was straight up liquid. Diarrhea, all the way. It was yellow and like orange, and it was the same throughout the whole first trimester. And I think it was because I didn't have a consistent diet, or a diet, like I was barely eating. And I think that was the reason for that. I started getting muscle pains throughout my right side of my body, like my right glute and down, and that started around week 10. It got to the point where like whenever I would use that muscle, like my glute, my right specifically, and only my right glute, even to this day, my back's not even hurting yet, but my right glute, since week 10 of my pregnancy, it tightens and cramps. It feels like a Charlie horse, but then it goes down my leg on that right side. So sleeping was god awful. Every time I wanted to move or toss and turn, it would hurt, and it would hurt for hours, like throughout the night, and it wouldn't go away. And I still have that. Right now, it's actually been a little bit less, and I think it's because I've been moving a little bit more now, and I think that's helped, but that did start very early. Around week 13, my appetite came back. My appetite came back, but my hunger did not. That is what I've been telling everybody, and it's the best way that I can describe it. My appetite is back, but my hunger is not. I can eat more, or I could eat more starting from week 13, but I just wasn't hungry. Regardless, it started getting a little better, and week 13 was when it started getting a little bit optimistic. Week 14, my energy came back. I felt more like this. I felt more like myself. I could talk. I wasn't out of breath if I wanted to talk. And I had a food baby belly. Like, if I had a good day of eating, I looked pregnant. But it was completely food. Complete bloat. Very bloated. So around week 14, I started bloating. So here are some of the things that really helped me during my first trimester. Gatorade, the red one and the yellow one, I think. No, I didn't like the yellow one. Red one and the orange one I really liked. But yeah, Gatorade really helped because I also got to stay hydrated, and the electrolytes are there. So, and I also think there's Gatorade with protein out there that you can buy, and I did not get that, but I feel like I should have because I just did eat barely anything. Water, lots and lots and lots of water throughout your whole entire pregnancy, not just your first. During the first trimester, water really did help. I wasn't as thirsty, but drinking water really did help. Toast. I loved toast. Toast with jam and toast with peanut butter and banana. Those were like my favorite go-to foods to eat throughout the day during my pregnancy because it just seemed like that was the thing that just held it down. And the peanut butter really helped with the calorie count. And I also used whole wheat bread or whole grain and not the white one. And that's what really helped too when I ate. Other than that, I really didn't eat anything else. Medication. So because of my nausea and because of how I was feeling, and I actually lost 7 pounds during my first trimester. The doctor also prescribed me some medication for nausea. There's so much out there, and I would definitely double check with what your doctor recommends for you. The one that I got was it was explained to me as like a dual tablet. There was like 2 types of drugs in one tablet. Made it really expensive over the counter, but we got a discounted coupon for it that we found on GoodRx, I think, and that's been really helping. And I've been taking that during my first trimester before like long car rides and stuff, or just like before bed so I can sleep because I was so uncomfortable and nauseous and I just wanted to sleep really bad. But that really helped a lot, and I still have it now, and I still take it from time to time because now I'm starting to travel as I'm feeling better, but I still get nauseous from traveling, whether it's plane or on the road. So I have that. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but like I said, every doctor recommends something differently, so I would definitely ask your provider what they recommend if you want to be on medication or anything like that. Saltines and oyster crackers were something that really helped me a little bit. I got to the point where, I got sick and tired of them, and I tried my best to not eat them. But that did help-ish during my first trimester. Like, the saltines and the oyster crackers really did help a little bit. Warm showers were my favorite. Throughout the pregnancy, I haven't been going out as much. I haven't been as active. And so I actually stopped taking daily showers. I used to shower every single day, wash my hair every single day, and now I don't do that. I maybe take a shower 3 to 4 times a week, every other day or something like that. But whenever I did do warm showers, I loved being in it. I love to take that time to also bond with my baby. I would rub my belly and just talk to them and things like that. Crying. I cried a lot. I cried so much during my first trimester. I was anxious about the baby, scared of getting miscarried. My first trimester, I still looked the same. I didn't feel any different besides feeling sick. And so I was miserable. And it just didn't feel like I was pregnant. And I haven't gone to see the doctor yet. I didn't get my first OB appointment until 10 to 11 weeks is when I first met my doctor for the first time and started going to the doctors consistently. And I cried a lot. I had a lot of panic attacks in the middle of the night, during the day. My life changed so drastically and so quickly. I used to work a lot. I used to go out with my friends a lot, and now all of a sudden all that just stopped, like in the blink of an eye, and there was no transition. There really wasn't. And so because of that, because my life changed so much and I didn't get to work out as often because I was feeling sick and stuff like that, it really affected my mental health. Talking to my friends. So I did tell one of my friends from the very beginning that I was pregnant. Once I found out, I called her, and she was helpful. She called and texted me, checked in on me. She was incredibly supportive. And I wish I told more of my girlfriends because I needed that support. I needed that support to talk to someone and things like that. So one of the things that I advise my friends when they find out they're pregnant and they tell me is that Please don't be afraid to reach out. Please don't be afraid to trust people and to rely on someone and to lean on them during your pregnancy, especially your girlfriends. I didn't start telling my friends until week 14 or 15 of my first trimester, which was like the curve of like ending your first trimester and entering your second trimester. But I wish I told more people about my pregnancy so I can talk to them, because ever since I opened up about my pregnancy, I've had so much more friends and moms in my life that I completely forgot about, that are part of my life, would reach out and support me and ask how I'm doing and give me tips and pointers and all of that in between. And so moms are incredible. The community out there is insane, and you don't know it until you're in it. That's what helped me. So those are some tips, not tips, but those are some of the things that I went through during my first trimester and some of the things that helped me during my first trimester. And now I'm in my second trimester, and this baby is growing so quickly, and he's so big. He's got long legs in the ultrasound. It makes me terrified because he's, oh my God, I already feel him kicking. I feel like I can't imagine how much more I'm gonna feel him kick later because he's got such long legs. This is the bedroom that we're gonna use for the baby. We're gonna possibly tear down all of our stuff and empty it out, put in changing table, a crib, we're gonna keep the futon in this room for us so that we can sleep here with the baby if we need to. Hope that video was helpful. Hope everyone enjoyed watching our family's reactions in the beginning of the clip. It just makes me tear up every time I look at that, because I can't wait for this baby to be born and to be loved by so many people. Baby's healthy so far. Appointments have been going well, and they're growing big and tall. Literally big and tall inside. But thanks for watching. I'll let you guys know about any updates for the second trimester soon. Okay, bye.